for community engagement initiatives, as well as needed equipment and officer training. And that last area, officer training, is really the reason why we're here today. Last month, on December 6th, 2023, a tragedy for our community took place on the campus of UNLV. First responders from multiple agencies descended on the UNLV campus and responded. And we all know that tragically, 3 lives were lost that day in the mass shooting before officers stopped the threat. The 2 officers being honored today are from our South Central Area Command. Officers Jacob Noriega and Ty Vesperis arrived on scene and ran towards the danger. While searching for the threat, they came across someone whom we later learned to be the fourth victim. We later learned to be the 4th shooting victim who had been critically injured by the suspect. These 2 officers swiftly carried the victim to their vehicle and carefully placed him in the trunk of their squad. Officer Jacob Noriega climbed into the trunk with the victim, continuously applying pressure to control the bleeding, while Officer Ty Vesperis drove the squad a few blocks away to a safe zone where they could be met by the paramedics. The courage and quick thinking of these officers likely saved the life of that victim, who is still recovering from his injuries sustained that day. This was a really sobering reminder of the importance of our commitment to support Metro in their training efforts. We want to make sure that our officers are the best trained in the nation. In fact, both of these officers actually trained at a new training facility that opened in 2022 in the northeast part of the valley, the Joint Emergency Training Institute, that we call the JETI. It's a facility that was made possible by the LVMPD Foundation working with our Sheriff, Kevin McMahill, to build the fundraising efforts to make that a reality. Through the officers' practice and skill building at the JETI, these officers trained in a simulated environment to prepare for a mass casualty event like occurred on December 6th. They even learned a technique called Stop the Bleed, and they put all of that training to work on that day in December. The LVMPD Foundation is so proud to raise funds to be able to support the training initiatives at the JETI. We have members of the leadership team of the JETI here, and they do a fantastic job training officers. Officer Noriega and Officer Vesperis, we are so grateful for your courage and for serving our community so boldly. You faced a challenge that day, and you answered the highest call by saving the life of another human being. For me, as the wife of a retired police chief and the mom to a son who is a police officer, I know there is no greater calling in the career of a law enforcement professional than to save the life of another human. And on that day, December 6th, you demonstrated unwavering courage in the face of a danger that most of us can never understand. So on behalf of the LVMPD Foundation, we salute you. So please, let's congratulate Officer Ty Vesperis and Officer Jacob Noriega, and we have a certificate for them. So now I'm going to turn it over to the Director of Security for Resorts World, our host today, Brian Spellisey.
Thank you very much. My name is Brian Spellisey, Director of Security here at Resorts World, and I'm honored to represent Resorts World in recognizing these 2 officers and what they did on that day. This particular award is something we're very proud of here at Resorts World, because every day we see what these officers do for us here in the Valley. But here we like to recognize the humanity for which and how they do their job, something that they don't get a lot of credit for. So here at Resorts World, we're here to offer you a 2-night stay, $150 in food and beverage, and 2 tickets to any show that you decide to go to. Thank you so much for your service and everything you do for the people of this community.
So at this time, if either of the officers want to have the microphone for a quick thank you, we'll offer that up. Deep breath.
Well, I was told I had to speak because I'm a senior. First off, thank you Resorts World for working with our foundation and recognizing us. Also, thank you to the department for the amount of training they put us through, and the training staff at the Jetty, our training facility. Huge shout out to the officers at South Central that work with us for the quick response, and the rest of the department and other first responders that responded that day. Outside of that, I just want to say thank you to everyone else here, our family, for supporting us in such a dangerous job that we continue to do every day. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, both officers. It's really a distinct honor to serve in this capacity. For the media here present, I want to let you know that Deputy Chief Reggie Rader, who's right over here to my left, is available for any additional comments or interviews after this program. But I first, before we conclude, want to thank the families of Officer Noriega and Officer Vesperez. You should be so proud of these 2 gentlemen and the work that they do in and out every single day to keep our community safe. So we celebrate and thank you as well. Thank you so much.